up, grab a cup, tune in, gather round. It's coffee time with John and Christie now. From Mexico days to grandkids at play, we've got stories, laughs, and things to say. So sip that brew, let's talk a while. Life is sweet with a laid-back smile. One day a week, maybe two, you see. It's coffee time with John and Christie. We love our Mexico life. Grab your coffee, let's chat.
Happy Tuesday!
Good morning, everybody. How is everybody? How was everybody's July 1st, 4th of July, whatever you celebrate? Watching Mexico lose.
Yeesh.
That was sad, but they played a good game. It was fun to watch.
Thanks to Mike for making coffee today. Much appreciated. I'm going to grab a quick drink.
Fresh hot coffee.
So Saturday. Are we allowed to do this? Like, you won't cry
You
or
already
anything?
labeled the chat.
Yes, so it was Bye Bye Bailey. 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, almost 3.
I know.
When we were going to Italy, we thought Bailey was a goner. She was very ill. We needed to get medication for her. And Christy and I had obviously said goodbye before we left, thinking she was going to make it past our trip. Well, she did. And she just kept going and going and going. And she would get healthier and stranger. And she was a little old lady when she ended up dying. She was about 14 and 3/4 years old. And she died on Saturday. So
Actually, almost exactly 14 and a half years.
Yeah. So the 250th birthday of America will forever be immemorialized. It'll just be forever remembered by us as the day.
No, July 4th was the day that my puppy passed away, and she is out of pain.
Yes, she is out of pain because she was truly a little old lady, and she was a little bitchy, and it was fascinating too because now 2 of her children are here now, and she did not like it when they came over because
she'd say, because they would eat her food that she wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
She had been the last probably month. She's been sporadically. Well, I guess it's been longer than a month, but yeah. So she's not around anymore. So this is the first time in over 20 years that we've not had a dog in our house.
Yep. And we will miss her. We are missing her, obviously. But I think we wanted to just chat today with you guys about your favorite animals, pets. I hate the word.
Or what? We just want to make everybody cry today?
No. I just want to remember our furry family who's not a grandma with a beard. I'm just saying that because that's weird. But it is, for me, my favoriteest dog ever was Cappuccino, Mr. Cappy. He ended up dying by a cane toad.
Yeah, he bit a cane toad. He was such a protector.
He was very
everything that came into our yard, he would try to kill.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in a new house. This was the house that we had moved into when the first time we'd moved away from the beach. And he did not like that big old ugly black brown toad that came crawling into our room, our yard.
Tell us about your favorite pet, please. And like I said, I hate that word pet, but at the same time,
they are pets.
They are pets. They're animals. They're not the same as children. And it's the easiest way to know that they are not the same as children is when a baby dies. Can you imagine for a second a pet owner saying, I know exactly how you're feeling. We had a puppy and it died.
Actually, I've heard some say that.
That's just sick. It truly is ill.
That's just not how we think about pets. So,
No. But we will miss Bailey. Bailey was a protector, except at the end, because it didn't matter if whoever came in the yard. She just please love me.
but she would bark. She started barking again a little bit more.
And she could not hear a damn thing.
And she would bark like almost every morning around 6:30.
Yeah.
She would bark and she'd stand at the back door.
She'd never done this before, ever.
And she has always slept outside unless it's raining or super, super hot. Or super cold. She's always slept. We have a big dog house that she loved, big fluffy bed in it, and she loved that bed. That's where she slept every night. And but the last, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months. No, I guess it's been longer than that because it was while my mom was with us. So I guess the last 6 to 8 months, she would stand at the back door and bark this.
Like, let me in.
Yeah, it wasn't a bark, like a protective bark, and it wasn't a yelp. It was just a weird little, hello, it's wake time.
So please tell us at least the name of your favorite pet. Like I said, mine was Mr. Cappy. As a child, we had a sheepdog.
Mm-hmm.
And, it just funny animal stories. It was winter time. And in Edmonton, you'll have it where it'll warm up a little bit and then it'll cool right back down. So you've got this layer of ice on top of the snow. And I was 13, 14 years old, taking this dog for a walk, and it saw a rabbit. And I guess I would have been about 12 or 13. And the dog just started to go after it, and I'm getting cut up because I'm hanging onto the dog, but it's pulling me through all of this cut snow, this icy snow.
Yeah.
And then the Inuit, I think, were the smartest because they've got like many, many, many names for snow. And I wish I would have known all the different types of snow because there are many, many different types of snow.
Then you had a dog named Ben. I remember that dumbass dog.
Ben was a good dog though. He really was. Then he ended up.
He'd get the zoomies and he would just fly around. I'd watch him and he'd just fly around the couch.
He would go sideways on the couch. He was the anti-gravity. But we got him because he just showed up at our door one day, like at our back door, like our patio door. He just showed up.
Yeah,
it's very strange. He was a good dog though. He came at the perfect time.
We had a beautiful collie named Prince. He was gorgeous. We ended up having to give him away because there was somebody that lived in this development that we lived in and nobody had fences or anything, and he didn't like the dog and he threatened to shoot him. So, and we thought he was a grumpy old man. So we gave him to a farm, and that was hard. That was really hard.
Yeah. Animals are hard to give up.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you plan on eating them, then it's different.
Well, and since we never had animals at home in Canada because
couldn't afford them.
Well, not only couldn't afford them, but we couldn't have a dog full time in the house because we had 2 kids with allergies. So once we got here, we got these 2 little sisters. They were Latte. We named them Latte and Cafe.
The owner said that if we didn't take them, the father was going to
her husband was going to kill them,
drown them. That's a good way to motivate a Christie into saying,
well, and our girls, our daughters. So we had those 2. Latte never had puppies. Cafe had puppies, and she had 2 litters. One litter was totally decimated by possums, of all things.
Yeah.
They killed the puppies. We were out down at the beach. Oh, that was terrifying. We were down at the beach and
as parents, you never
with
want
some
this to happen.
friends, and we sent our kid. We lived right across the street from the beach, basically. So we sent the kids back up to our house to go to bed, and we were down at the beach still with our friends. And all of a sudden, Shay comes running back. They're dead. They're dead. They're all dead. And there's blood everywhere. Our hearts just sank because the puppies had just been born that night, or the night before.
Hadn't even
considered it would be the puppies. So we're running back thinking someone killed our kids. No, it was the puppies, but they were dead and they were killed. Sad. We took them to the vet to ask the vet what it was, and he says, that's definitely possum.
Hello, Aunt Nikki. And Nikki says she remembers that sheepdog. Yeah. Morning, Nelson. Mike says, rescued a barn cat in Colorado on a night it was going to get -11 Fahrenheit, which is kind of cold, and named her Tigger. She passed before we moved to Mexico.
I I had a cat named Mr. Misty because we thought it was a girl, so because we got her really, really young. Called her Misty, and then because she had these beautiful blue eyes, and then realized that it was a Mister, so she got changed to Mr. Misty.
Well, there you go. So tell us about your favorite animals. We did have a lab for a little while as a teenager. I remember that. We had an Irish setter. I remember
We got a
an
lab
Irish
puppy,
setter.
and someone stole it.
Yeah. Why would somebody steal a dog? Mind you, somebody stole that Cocker Spaniel that we were looking
Is that
after.
rain?
I don't know. Yesterday, when we got in the truck, we went into Vallarta yesterday. 41 degrees is what it said.
That's
on
what
the
it
truck.
registered after sitting in the sun. The truck registered 41 degrees.
It ended up getting down to 37, but we looked on the weather and it says feels like 44. What the heck?
Yeah.
That's freaking hot.
So we were in Vallarta, and we did, we just hung around and
fun.
shopped and did a few things. And then when we came home, we get up by Mega, and there's water puddled. And we're like, that's weird. I guess we had this real super fast little flash torrential rain, and then it went away. Because I went into my backyard, and I had been doing laundry. So my laundry baskets, they're just little thin bags. And one was standing upright with water in it, like not a lot, but some water in it. The other one was laying down, so it had blown it in a little bit. Because my laundry is outside. So yeah, and it blew a dress off the drying rack, and it was puddled in a pool of water on the floor. So I know that water had come in that way, which it does once in a while, not that often.
So thank you, Mike, for mentioning Tigger.
Yeah.
Anybody else, please, your favorite pet?
Who else had dogs?
Oh, dogs, cats, hamsters. We had degus. Remember those things?
Degus. Oh my gosh.
They're
Those
like
were amazing.
Little hamsters from Chile.
Okay, go on.
And they were so incredibly smart. Like, we would watch them plan and do stuff and run away and hide and they would chew through the containers. Like, they were just so incredibly intelligent. They were terrifying because they were so smart. And I don't even know how we got degus.
They would get out. Like, they would be able to open up the cage and get out.
Yeah, they could figure it out. Like, it was crazy. Yeah. We also had hamsters when we first got married.
Yeah.
We had lots of hamsters. And we would sell them to the pet stores.
I guess we did have a dog. When I was pregnant with Zach, we got Speck. And turned out that Zach was severely allergic to Speck. His first few months, he was sickly. He's sneezing and, runny nose and stuff. So we found a good pediatrician, loved this pediatrician. Took him to her, and she's like, well, you guys smokers? And we're like, no, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, no. And I said, we have a dog. She says, but the dog was supposed to be hypoallergenic because we know John has allergies. So we were trying to be careful.
I was living on meds in those days.
Yeah. And so it turns out that he was allergic to the dog. So we gave him to John's dad. And John's dad kept him until...
It's his favorite dog for a time.
For all time.
Dogs are fascinating to me. Just how they're like, we treat them like people in many ways. Yeah. Cats don't care. I mean, cats will eat you if you even sit still for 10 minutes. They're like, hey, I wonder what she tastes like. He tastes like, whatever. Dogs are different. Dogs, one of those things is like, you want to find out who loves you more. Lock your dog and lock your wife in the trunk and see who's happy to see you when you come back.
Yeah, that's not a good suggestion.
I think it is.
My brother is really allergic to dogs, my brother Rod. And so he got Habanese dogs. And their first one, we never met the second one, but the first one, they called her Princess. She had a name this long because she was actually registered. But
from Cuba, I think, right?
She was a beautiful, sweet dog. And we stayed there one time when we were visiting Canada. My brother and his family decided to go, I can't remember where they went, but they went on a trip. So we stayed at his house with their dog and watched the dog. And John's like, she's not sleeping in the bed. I'm allergic to dogs. And I'm like, well, she's used to sleeping in the bed with them. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep her out. I mean, we can put her down off the bed, not put her down. My brother would have killed me. Anyways, long
Truly, no
story
allergies.
short, John had no reaction to
Zero.
her whatsoever.
That was crazy.
And she slept in the bed between us. So cute.
Yeah.
So if we ever got another dog before we had a farm, I would get a Habanese because then at least I could take her with me too because she's small, so she'd be able to travel with us.
Yeah. I just, the idea of a dog for the time being is just
Right. We're working too much and we want to travel more, and so we don't want to have to have some. I mean, we always had no problem. I was explaining to a friend of ours. I said it's never been a problem finding someone to come and watch the dog because who doesn't want free air conditioning in a pool, and a dog that is old, so she just needs to be fed. And
do you have bells on?
no, I'm playing with my ring wasn't fitting right. I had to.
How's it sounding like bells? What the heck?
Oh, I guess it's here.
Yeah.
It's just a 3. It's an eternity ring.
Well, apparently, just like the farmers with the cows, you get one of those for your wife, then you'll know where she is all the time.
God, you're stupid. Like it astounds me sometimes.
I don't know. Okay.
Anyways.
So go on. You were talking about the dog. You were talking about a dog or something.
I have forgotten now what I was saying. Oh, how easy it was to find someone to come and stay at the house to watch a dog. That's right.
Yeah, so now we don't need to do that anymore. So we still have people that will stay at our house, but obviously it won't be for animal reasons.
But I'm not sure it's necessary even to have someone stay at the house. We have enough family with Amanda next door, and
yeah, it's very true. We have everybody lives in the neighborhood now.
yeah.
I know your mom's within 5 blocks, daughter and son both within 2 blocks. It's like it's kind of handy.
It is nice to have someone come because lots of times when we leave in the summer. So it is really nice to have someone come and stay during the summer because, when it rains hard like that, we need to have people come and check and make sure that water's not leaking or running in through windows or, windows weren't left open or something like that. So it is really nice to have someone come stay. And now they just get to totally enjoy it and don't have to worry about anything. No dog to walk and feed and give her medication, which she's pretty friggin' stubborn. It was really hard to get her to take her medication if she didn't want to, unless your name was Amanda, correct?
Yeah.
And then she would do it all the time.
Yep, absolutely. Also, Mackenzie and Chris, very, very thankful for them because now that we're in rainy season, I think we told you guys it was raining in our office a lot. It stopped. Now it makes me question when Mackenzie was a child and we had that washing machine upstairs.
I know she could have.
She said, I would build a roof. She said, I would build a roof. And we're like, you're just a little kid. You can't do it. I think maybe she could have.
I think she could have. She definitely could now.
She could now. She's got skills, that girl. So it's pretty cool. I mean, our office doesn't leak anymore. So thank you so much. And we are going to build up this year, I think. Oh, man, the farm. I want a farm so bad. But then it's just like,
we know that it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. We're just too busy right now. Like it's not possible for us to spread ourselves that much thinner.
Yeah. Unless I live out on the farm. That might be fun.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah, because I'm not. I want to be in the city all the time. Well, then you would be able to get a dog. We'd be able to justify it then for sure.
If you were gone?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. I'll buy the farm tomorrow. He'll buy the farm. He bought the farm.
That just sounds. Why? How did that end up being to mean dead? He
I
bought
don't
the
know
farm.
why.
She bought the farm. Like how did that happen? That's going to be something that I ask AI. But then you never know. Is AI making crap up? I mean, like it just makes stuff up. I have no idea. So what's going on in our world, honey?
Well, I'm still in the early stages of planning the India trip with my daughter, Shay. John will be home all alone.
I might be.
With the dog.
I might. Oh, back to Bailey really quick. I have to share this because it was fascinating to me. We have this avocado tree in our yard. If you've ever been to our property, you know where it is. Bailey was laying under the avocado tree during that 24-hour period before she died. She'd never done that before.
Mm-hmm.
So when she did end up dying, it was the only place that we could bury her, and she picked the spot. I think she chose that spot because she would be going between the avocado tree and her bed, back and forth,
Mhm.
and that just ended up being the spot where we ended up burying her. So I just find it fascinating that I think she truly picked the spot. Like, it was just crazy. Even the day before, Christy and her were doing stuff that they've not done before, and even Christy gave her a bath and she was laying on her chest, and she's never done this stuff before.
I think she was just too exhausted to fight me like she usually does. She hated baths, but she was getting a little stinky. Now I know why.
Yeah.
But and so we sat there and
Dogs are so much
Yeah.
smarter than we give them credit for.
so Larry said to forget the farm, stick to the still. And Mike said, what about the term kicking the bucket? Where did that come from? That's a good question too.
Did you kick the bucket on the farm? I don't know.
You kicked the bucket after you bought the farm?
I don't know. That's a good question. So yeah, this whole thing with no animals for a time, I think I'm looking forward to this, and it's just because it limits your abilities to do things. So in the old days,
didn't really.
when we had kids at the house or whatever, Chris and I'd be like, let's go to Guadalajara.
Because it was always easy for us to find someone. So he's just making excuses.
No.
The biggest reason why I don't want a dog right now is because I don't have time to potty train it, and I am tired of wiping that poop and pee off the floor because Bailey, in her last year and a half, had become pretty incontinent. And so she would, if especially in the summer when we had the doors shut and she'd be in the house, she didn't indicate or didn't know how to indicate correctly. So if we were watching TV, we didn't see her what she was doing necessarily. So she would just go either in the kitchen or in the hallway towards our second bedroom, and she would do her business. I bought pee mats thinking, okay, well, if she's going to do it there, and she would pee on the edge of them.
Okay.
I would say probably 3/4 of the time she would hit it dead center, but the other times, and it made more of a mess because then it seeps under that plastic and just covers that whole area.
I'm trying to figure out. There's one time in the last 2 weeks. So on this blue mat, it's a blue pee pad. If you've been to Costco, you've seen these things. On 3 edges, 3 sides of the edge, there was pee along the entire thing, 0 in the middle. How the hell did she do that? Was she walking it and then just like, I'm going to just do a little here, little here, little here?
No, it just seeps under.
No, but all 3 sides. It was so strange how she did that. But dogs are amazing. Cats can be amazing. Hamsters can be amazing. Bunnies. Because we did have bunnies, lots of bunnies for a time. Some were for food, some were for pets.
We had bunnies, we've had chickens, we've had ducks, we've had, what are those geckos that we used to have?
Oh, the
leopard geckos.
Leopard geckos. Those, yeah, I ended up killing one of the leopard geckos with a giant grasshopper from Drumheller.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be great.
Wonderful treat for this thing, and no.
Not good. It ended up killing this $100 and some gecko. Yeah, we've had some really
Fish
strange pets. We've had fish. The bunny, though, funny story about that. When we lived in Las Juntas, which we called our dark time in Mexico, we lived very close to the prison. But in the
It was just a jail.
Oh, yeah, it was just a jail. So in the backyard, the bunny was there. And then one day I decided to go stepping outside, and I just kept falling through the yard. The bunny had tunneled the entire yard.
Yeah.
And it was nuts. So yeah, I don't even know how we didn't even notice that.
We had bunnies back in Canada too.
We did. And bunnies can be pretty brutal to their offspring. I won't talk about it.
One time we looked out and there were baby skunks jumping. Yeah. Pepe Le Pew, that cartoon Pepe Le Pew. That's where they get how it bounces. The bunnies, they were so cute, but they were skunks, so I wasn't going to go out and play with them.
No. Yeah, I've had some crazy animal stories. I mean, for any of you that know, Latte used to lick the cane toads to get high. Like, that blows my freaking mind that she figured this out herself. She never watched a YouTube video. None of the other dogs are like, hey, this is really fun. but she figured out by licking the cane toads that it could make her pain go away, because she was riddled with cancer by the time she died. But she would constantly be turning into a puppy, and we're like, this is really strange.
Yeah.
And we've told you the story of when I thought she licked the toad, was going to die, did not die.
It's so
Christie's
funny.
like, I think she likes this.
He brought her over to me. She was sopping wet. He brought her over to me. We were at church and we were greeting that day. So both of us couldn't leave. So he ran home to go see, because we'd already been through Cappuccino dying from licking a toad. We had friends at our house and they were still at the house. And so he comes and he brings her and she's sopping wet, but her tail is just going a mile a minute. And I'm like, I don't think she's dying. I think she actually enjoys it.
And it was fascinating because, and if you have a dog and you've got little foam piles around your yard, more than likely your
They're
dog's licking cane toads.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, sometimes they'll die, sometimes they get high.
Hi,
I don't know
Helen.
what
Thank
the
you very
difference
much.
is.
Helen Reed says we look awesome.
Thank you. Don't feel awesome at the moment. My knee today is back to being sore. So I definitely got to go get it looked
I
at.
did that massager on my knee yesterday. That really helped a lot. We're getting old.
What the heck happens? Please tell me, if you're married or have been married, and you both suffered with the same strange things, not a disease like a cold or anything like that, but something physical, like a shoulder that's sore and you have the same sore shoulder, or your knee, like both of our same knee.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
And I'd like to say it's sympathy pains, but I have none for him, so it's not what that is.
I was going to say I have none for her.
Yeah, I said it first.
I know. You're very cruel.
Yes.
So what else is going on, honey? I think that's it. Like, really, and I said this to Christy yesterday, it's the wrong word in English. I'm proud of my wife. Like when I was called Saturday morning saying that she'd just died, and the person who called me was crying, wasn't Christy. So I go to the house and I said to Mike, she's going to be a wreck for the next 3-4 days. She was fine. And I really think it was that day before when you actually knew that she was going to be gone. You had got the chance to say goodbye and love on her and just keep loving on her. It's hard. It's so hard having these attachments to our hearts.
It is. It's really hard to lose. And then the granddaughters came over on Sunday. First thing Amberlynn says to me is, so I hear your dog died yesterday. And I know they loved Bailey, but and then Amelia walks out into the backyard because we were going to go into the pool, and she looks at me and says, it's so sad that Bailey's not here anymore, but I know she's up in heaven. And I'm like, oh, so cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
Well, and in the morning too,
hey, Chris,
one of our grandkids had said something about she thought she dreamed about Bailey.
Yeah, and then the oldest one, Taylor, said that I think I dreamt about Bailey last night, Nana.
Yeah.
So the girls weren't big dog people, but they did like Bailey, and they would pet her and give her treats. And, they grew up with her. She's been around since before them.
But Bailey was smart enough also to recognize babies and their helplessness.
She was always so gentle.
She would allow them to pull their hair. And
even taking a treat. Bailey never chomped. Never. She was always so gentle when she took a treat from the girls.
Yeah.
She was a good dog. What can I say?
She was a good
dog. I love that thing.
Yeah, she was your thing.
She was my thing.
So, I mean, please, I keep begging you guys, tell us a name of a pet, one of your favorites, a story, something. Because we have so many animal stories over these years.
Yeah.
Our vet here, Dr. Eduardo, said, I've read about these stories, but they happen to you. Because we've got a lot of crazy stories. Yeah. Like the cat or the dog that raised the kittens.
Bailey. Bailey would had 2 kittens, different times, that she nursed.
Yeah.
And she'd never had puppies. She hadn't had puppies yet.
It was so strange.
She did have a litter of puppies, which Mackenzie and Chris have 2 of them, and 2 more had been brought to Winnipeg by friends of friends, and then another one was adopted by a couple who have become friends and actually bought a house from us.
The fascinating thing was with Bailey and this cat that she had nursed. There was this wild cat that just kept meowing in the backyard, and I'm thinking, oh, I better
And
go
just
rescue
to say,
this.
it was not an intentional
Oh, gosh,
litter.
no.
We did not. That was not our intention. So
No.
it was an
A
accident.
dog
Morning,
broke in.
Jeff.
A little tiny dog came under the fence.
She was in heat, her first heat, and we were trying to decide if we wanted to see if we could get another Cocker Spaniel, hopefully breed one like Cappuccino.
That's why we got her, was to breed Cappy,
With
because we
Cappy,
loved Cappy.
yeah.
I loved Cappuccino so
And
much.
Cappy died before she was able to breed or able to, yeah.
And if you knew Cappuccino, you knew what a cool dog he was. Like,
Yeah.
he was like surfer guy, like his
Yeah.
attitude, he was very surfer guy. But back to Bailey. So Bailey and the cat, whenever the cat would go away for the day, as cats do, and when they would come back, Bailey and the cat would touch heads.
He would touch heads, yeah, as a greeting.
It
was really cool.
So crazy.
And then someone
freaking
shot
day.
that cat in the belly with a BB gun. And one day I'm out there and I'm looking at the cat and I'm like, John, there's something wrong with the cat. And belly was all.
It never even had a name.
No, we never named it.
Never named it.
And it never tried to come in our house.
No.
Not once did it ever try to come in the house.
Yet that rooster came into our kitchen.
Oh, yeah. And I had a chicken in my kitchen here with girls one day. They thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, chickens and roosters, they're wild here.
And then our neighbor's nasty little chihuahuas used to come in and eat Bailey's food when I had it in the front entry.
No more worried about Bailey's food anymore with the dogs and all the neighborhood animals coming into our house. Because Bailey, at the end, like, we had a monster cane toad, like this big, really this big.
Just a few days before she died.
And
no relation. No, it's not related to her dying.
No. But the toads come into the yard and they just sit in her food. They're like, I got my food. I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah, I never took a picture of the one in her dish because I didn't have my phone with me. But
just so you could see. Because even the photo that I took of that monster cane toad, you can't tell its size.
I actually think Chris might have taken a better picture when he was cleaning it up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I ended up having to kill that one because it just kept coming into our yard. And that's the thing. They're so smart. Like, they'll figure it out.
And they're not scared of you at all.
Zero. No.
You can stand right in front of it and it's like, what up?
Yeah. What up? That's what frogs say. What up?
What up?
What up?
What up? That's funny, huh?
I think so. It is. Well, okay. If nobody's going to share anything with us today.
You lost. You missed your chance to share your dog stories or your pet stories with us.
Yeah. So did anybody say anything?
Not anything new. So you guys, thanks for joining in this morning. Thanks for listening to us ramble. We needed to get that. I needed to get some of that off my chest. I miss my dog, but she's not in pain anymore.
So Bailey, bye-bye. You were a flipping good dog. You really were.
All right.